And we live, baby.
We live. Oh my God, we are here, Rachel. We are here on Claiming My Abundance podcast, episode 6.
Ooh.
And this is going to be unique. Why? Because the title is Healing is a Routine. So listen, everybody, healing is a routine. And I have the amazing Rachel V, because I don't want to mess up that unique last name, owner of Rachel V Cosmetics. She got her own spot and everything. She is here. She is here to share with us her amazing journey of healing, of understanding who she is, of understanding why healing had to take place, and why she wants to heal men and women's skin.
Yes.
Rachel, thank you. Thank you for being here with me, love. I just been seeing you do some amazing things, even, putting events together, relocating with your spot, just literally no longer surviving, but thriving in the space that you are serving in,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Just have you here with us today to share your story and just who you are. I know when I used to be in Milwaukee, I used to come get my lashes done, right? At the shop you worked at. So it's just so amazing to see your growth, your transition, and your resilience. We just talked about
Yes, we
resilience.
did.
Rachel, tell the people who you are, how you got started, and how are you just so amazing today?
I don't even know how I'm gonna follow that amazing introduction. I am Rachel V, the owner of Rachel V Cosmetics, the owner of Rachel V Skin and Beauty Spa, located in Shorewood, Wisconsin. And I am just so thankful to be here today because although you've seen my transformation, I have been able to see yours as well. I remember the first day meeting you, come to get your lashes. I remember when I had to do your facial once because Ashley was not available. And you were like, you did a good job. And ever since then, every time you came around, you were always smiling. You were always willing to talk, knowledge, and it was just a nice connection. So I'm so proud of you for moving and doing your thing and following your purpose because it's working out for you. And we just got done talking about how when he tells you to move, you have to move. So I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy to get this started because, listen, we got some things to share.
We got some things to share. Hold on, let me do something for you, Rachel V. Girl. Hold on. Let me say this. I need to keep eating my blueberries and my walnuts, whatever helps our brain and our memory, like say, heighten. Girl, I forgot that you did my and we was just talking and getting to know each other. And I could say the same thing, Rachel. Like that smile, somebody can see a mile away because that's all you do. It was not the amazing, different colors that you, like we said, get out the box with your hair or your lashes. It's your smile. You always smile,
Yes,
right?
I smile a lot.
And people tell you
Yes,
that
I'm also I have a goofy spirit, so like
too.
some people that don't get to know me, they think like I just like I look mean, and then I'm like, y'all don't even understand. I literally laughing and smiling all day long.
All the time. And that could be a part of our healing routine. Laughing is good for the soul.
Yes.
Being around good souls that laugh, not to say that everything is goofy or funny, but I think our soul, that laughter and our happiness, it does something to our soul,
I just think
right?
sometimes life is already so serious. You know, everything
It
is
is.
so serious. Being an adult, we already know it comes with nothing but hit after hit sometimes. You know what I mean? The
Yes.
thing I've learned to do is just to be happy with my now. And so
Oh, that's
being happy with my now is me smiling and me learning to understand like, okay, that's not a situation I got control over, so I'm not about to stress
right.
about it. Like
Right.
we stress about so many things, but the things that I can't control, I decided I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to be
Yeah.
sitting around here mad and sad or falling into depression when I can't
Right.
control it.
And I can't control it. When you know what, and we get to a point where we say, I don't even want to control it. If it's this pressuring that is causing trauma, what we just
Yeah.
say happens every day. See, this is being transparent and building and keep, going. and up and coming businesses, whether it's a success routine, how you get to start your day to control your emotions, a skincare routine, Rachel, and a healing. So let's get into this. I am really excited to hear all the crazy things that you just unpacked to the audience in regards to your healing journey and how and why you chose to heal people's skin. So, Rachel, what did your healing journey look like? I know it looks different for everybody.
Yes, it is.
For you.
Okay, so for me, the healing process definitely is different for everybody, and that's why I always tell people don't compare your healing journey to anyone else's, because journeys are not meant to be the same. As humans, we're nothing alike. You know, we were created to be individual. We're not the same. We're not the same in any way. God never created us to be that way. So for me, what my healing journey looked like is, first of all, acknowledging where I needed to change for me, like acknowledging that part, and on top of acknowledging, take accountability for places I put myself in, positions I put myself in. Sometimes I feel like we complain about where we're at in life, but we don't take
Yep.
accountability for putting ourselves there.
There you go.
And I had to say, Rachel, you know, you've been in business, different businesses since 2017. There's no reason why you don't have your ish together, girl. Like, it's really your fault. Like, you've been making horrible financial decisions. You haven't done the work to learn the background of the business. You're focusing on the front round. And if you couldn't do the background, you haven't took the time to hire someone to do it.
That's it.
And just taking that accountability for where I wanted to be in life at that time. Like, where do you want to, what is it you want to do? So with my healing process, I really had to start acknowledging accountability and then addressing it, starting the
Addressing.
steps, but then praying to God to just put me in my purpose, whatever that looks like. I've been a clothing line business owner. I was in fashion for a while. I had a brick and mortar boutique. Um I've been in different positions where God placed, he gave me the knowledge to open that business, but he also let me watch that business like go down. Like, you have to really take accountability for, like, I'm blessing you with this stuff and you're not taking the time to really learn this stuff. Like, you want this, but are you ready for this? um
Are you ready?
so
Yeah.
when I got to the skincare portion, I was like, God, I just need you to show me my purpose, whatever it is. This was before I even decided to go to school for it. I was like, I need to just know what it is, and I just want to walk in my purpose. Like, whatever, I don't care if you got to strip me, like,
Oh,
strip me,
that's so good.
strip me, so I can just get to where I'm going. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's just like, it was just so hard, like, at first, because I feel like it's so hard for us as humans to sometimes take accountability. Like, we
Yeah.
blame a lot of stuff on trauma. We blame a lot of stuff on childhood. We blame a lot of stuff on other things happening around us. But
Absolutely. And see,
we never say, "Oh, I made the decision to do this though."
yeah. And I was gonna say this because that's so good. That accountability piece, I think we just skip over that to go to the next level. We not saying even in relationships that that accountability for God up.
Mhm.
So if you can't take accountability for yourself, how you expect to put in a relationship?
Yes.
Say, can we blame ourselves for the trauma that we experienced, whether it was sex trauma or some type of health trauma? Like, can we even blame ourselves? Because I heard you say people don't take accountability for their trauma. What is, and that's just real. That's even uncomfortable. But what is why? Because
And a lot of times I feel like people don't know how, and I understand that. But I also feel like sometimes people don't want to know how. They would rather
oh,
they would rather sit in it. You know what I mean?
that's
Like, I
that's
grew up with brothers and sisters that were way older than me. You know what I mean? And they dealt with some traumas, um, that I didn't, you know what I mean? Because they grew up in a different age bracket than me, and they seen things that I really didn't have to see once I got here. So,
Yeah.
what living in that trauma looks like is being grown and still not identifying that you need help,
And knowing that you need
and
help.
and actually taking the action to go get the help.
This is why we're talking about a routine here.
Yes.
Like it's when you I understand that, at some point in your journey you can't identify it because you don't know that you need help.
Yep.
But if you keep going, like you said, how you kept going through those situations with the business, you have to take a step back and identify, okay, God, why am I steady going through this? So, Rachel, if you can say like a self-realization moment where you said, okay, this is trauma and this is affecting me from aligning with my authentic purpose or my authentic to myself, what would you identify that trauma as? Because sometimes, like you say, it's a trauma that's blocking us from actually going to that next level of our purpose.
So one of my biggest traumas I dealt with that I actually didn't realize it until my father died. My dad died back in
Mm.
2017.
Rest in peace to
Um,
him.
so one of the biggest traumas I had to recognize is I had, separation issues. Um, with my
Mm.
with my brothers and sisters, because they were so much older than me that our connection was more like I was their child, because I grew up where my nieces and nephews are my age, like we're in the same age groups, so they're more like my brothers and sisters. But mind you, they have
Yeah.
their own sets of brothers and sisters, so now I don't have a sibling, you know what I mean? Because
Mm.
they're old enough to be my parents, so they treat me like.
Oh, got
So,
you.
realizing that I had those separation issues and I longed for those connections, those
Yeah.
brothers and sisters connections that I didn't feel like I was getting. And so with how that tied into my business is I didn't know how to let go of things that no longer benefited me.
Mm.
I was willing to
That's good.
I was willing to stay around with friendships that I knew weren't for me. I was will
Absolutely.
I and distractions basically. Friends that, knew that I needed to save money but still wanted to go out, or just all every time I talk to you is something like negative. Like we steady in these routines. And
Routine.
I'm not advancing. Why? Friends that don't support.
You know what? And I always tell people, ask yourself, this is what I had to develop through my healing journey. Ask yourself, DeAndrea, that new partnership, that new thing that you might ask yourself, is it distracting or developing
Yeah.
you? So that's your exit strategy right there. But what I'm hearing is, and that's so good, separation issues can cause you to hold on to businesses and things, even though it may make you money, but it don't align with your purpose.
Exactly. So I'm holding on to these businesses that actually no longer benefit my purpose. Like I'm
There
not
you
even
go.
feeling fulfilled. It's a hustle now. It's not a business. And I
Yeah.
had to
It's a
identify the difference between a business and a hustle. I'm not really profiting from this. I'm breaking even at the
break.
most. It's
Yeah.
stressing me out more than it's adding to me. Just to say that
Ooh,
I'm a
that's
business owner.
just to have an
Just to
identity.
have an identity.
Yeah.
And I had to take a step back, like I might as
Oh.
well work a job. Is this really worth it? Like I'm really struggling.
Girl, like they say, struggling. I'm
struggling.
really struggling.
Struggling. Okay. So
No.
I I had to really check myself. I had to do a reality check.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, man, it's so crazy because when you first said separation, I'm like, let me hear this trauma. Because what we think or what somebody else will think is like this, it means the world is in our world.
Yeah.
Because separation means I have this anxiety to let this thing go. I don't care what is doing to me or what is taken away from me, but this separation is a part of me. So how did you, so let me say this, let me highlight this. I think that you have like a great network of friends that took their sisters, their friends, everything, but it's a beautiful thing to have. Okay, the fact that separation was an issue, but now you have quality friends. How did you heal from that separation to really say, okay, I'm not gonna have that type of, person around me, or I'm not gonna linger, or hold on to that trait that it's not developing me. So how did you heal from
Number
that?
one, I started therapy once my dad died. I went to
There you
therapy.
go.
That's number one. And I had to unfold
Yes.
this stuff because she's the one that made me realize this stuff. So I had to unfold that. Then I had to know that I was enough. Like I don't need those. I don't need all these different non-meaningful connections.
Yes.
Non-meaningful
Yes.
connections. And then with the business portion of it, I just had to be honest with myself. Like, girl, you're not doing
Yeah.
good. Like, you might want this, but this might not be it. Like, you
Might
might need
not
to
be
take a
it.
step back, humble yourself, work a job, and get your head together.
Did you work a job?
Oh, I work like a Hebrew. I work anywhere. I am not one of those people. Anybody that know me know that they probably didn't see me work at a lot of places. I'm gonna go to work. Okay.
But see, what's crazy is you was a business owner. A lot of people can't transition like that just so God can take them 10 steps back to push you 10 steps ahead. A lot of people will still hold on to that moment of separation.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety from that. They will hold on to that identity, that situation, and not lose it.
Yeah.
So you don't do it.
So for me, as soon as I realized that I needed to let go, I
Yeah,
let go.
there you go.
I didn't at the time. I was hurt. I did feel like a failure at first because I had to close my business down. And I felt like
Mm,
everybody knew I was closing my business down because I had a brick and mortar boutique. So of course it
yeah.
was noticeable that now you got to tell people when they ask you, hey, you still got the boutique? No, I had to close it down. Like, you become that person like, it didn't make it. And
Mm,
at first for me, without even hearing nothing negative about me closing, in my mind, it was already, oh, you failed. So
all of my.
I had to adjust my way of thinking, and now I'm like, you did it though, meaning you could do it again.
And see, now look at you. See that? God had to take you 10 steps back
To put you
to
where he in
propel
the position that you're supposed to purposely be in. I was I was
purposely.
not supposed to
Listen.
be a boutique owner. I thought
Wow.
fashion was my thing, and although I may be good at it, it's not my thing. Like
It wasn't your thing.
it's not my purpose. Let me put it that way.
Right, right. There you go.
Yeah,
But you definitely a fashion
yeah.
person.
I'm still a fashion person. Anybody know me? I love fashion. I love to get dressed, but
You can
it
tell, girl.
it wasn't my purpose to walk in that was gonna benefit not only me but other people that I could touch. I
Yes.
wasn't touching the people that God needed me to touch through fashion.
Ooh, that's so
And through
good.
skincare, I'm able to do that.
And see, Rachel, this is why being transparent is very essential. Because for those who's listening right now, you are a business owner, but you know, like I said, struggling. You struggling, to keep up with your daily, monthly bills, but you don't want to go get a job. Do y'all hear this from me? Is it okay with saying, God, you know what? I'm getting burnt out. I don't care about this. Do y'all ever say that?
I don't ever want anybody watching this live to be ashamed to work a 9 to 5.
Hmm.
Listen, I don't know where this idea of you can't be a boss and work came from, but I hate the idea because I know a lot of bosses that work in
Yeah.
corporate. Like, that's
Yeah.
their calling. That's what they're good at.
Right.
I have a niece who was a doctor by the time she was 24. You're a boss.
You're a
You're a
boss.
boss.
Right.
Uh,
That's
She
right.
doesn't have to own the actual LLC to be a
Right.
boss. Like,
Girl,
she doing her
but
thing.
those and Rachel, people who got an LLC, they think they walking around like a boss, but you still don't have your back end, baby. You
And
still
listen,
got
ain't
you.
nothing cute about your back end being unorganized because it will crumble your whole business.
your whole
Your whole
business.
bit. You won't even have a purpose at that point because what's the point?
How we gonna serve? Because whatever our purpose is, it's attached to us serving. So if we don't have effective communication skills and we don't know how to educate or support the customer, then you might as well be humble.
Oh, you fine, you
Yeah.
fine. That was my door. But yes, yeah,
Lord.
and it's the thing, like, we live in a time where everything is mentally so microwavable. Like, I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna open
Literally.
this business, I'm gonna be a boss, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I challenge people to wipe that concept away. Like, it's okay to save up for that business. It's okay to say, hey, I can work my business during this time, but I'm gonna work at this time. Like, it's
Yep.
okay to really understand your goals overall,
Overall.
because that business is gonna need funding to work. But
Yeah.
so, and everything you can't do, you're gonna need to hire someone to do. So you have to be
Absolutely.
willing to pay people for that stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really society that makes us think like we can't do that. Like, we can't possibly want to be a business owner and work a 9 to 5. It's
Right.
possible. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy by any means necessary. But what I'm saying is, don't break yourself mentally, financially, and spiritually because you think you're too good to work a job.
Because you think you too good. Because guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get into that business. You're gonna be too headstrong. You're gonna need some help with some
And
things. Now you can invest in it. Now with this headstrong, with this ego,
yeah.
for those who don't know what ego means egging God out, right? Because you're not asking God to show me the plan. You doing it by yourself.
Mm. You think you got it.
You think you
You
got
think
it.
you
So
got
for
it.
those Absolutely. And for those who are listening, please take what she's saying and really let it marinate. If you have to pivot right now, pivot. Because that's a part of your healing routine. Because not having everything together will cause trauma, baby. You will never want to do that thing with people you love.
And this is what I want people to understand too. When you go work a job, you start a new job, right? One of the questions they
Yeah.
always ask you is, how flexible are you? How can you adapt if things change? You got to
Woo,
have that
woo.
same mindset for your business.
Business.
Pivoting is a part of your process. It's a part of your
Ooh, that's
journey.
so good.
It's the only way you're going to grow. You're going to have to learn how to pivot and pivot smoothly. Pivot
And be okay with that.
pivot where you don't carry that heavy weight on you. Stuff
Oh,
has
gee.
to change.
Yeah.
You have to have it. That's why every job asks you that when you filling out the application or you taking that little mental test. How well do you adapt? Because guess what? They know for sure. Things are going to change. We
This
telling
business.
you this is the way your job gonna be right now. But in a couple of months, if the big boss come in and say we gotta change it, you gotta change.
Yep. And what we just say, Rachel, we said, because if you get into that business and you're not equipped, even though you don't have to have everything together, but at least have some preparation, right? At least have some 6 months of your savings for your monthly bills. Otherwise, you are going to
Research what
start.
it will cost you to start that business.
Yes, research. Otherwise, you're gonna have expensive lessons.
Listen, and I tell people, it's the internet, the books are wide open. You can learn so much from someone else's mistakes.
There you
It's this
go.
saying that people always say, and I hate the saying, but at the same time, I kind of respect it, especially from a black woman point of view. If you want to hide something from
Yeah,
a black person, put it in a book.
that's
And
real
and
though.
we might hate that saying. We might. But it's so many people I talk to that are like, hey, I mean, you got to have these type of books for your business, just so, even if you don't like reading, just so you can go in, find the chapter you need and kind of
As a resource.
research it. Go on Google. Google is a lifesaver. That's what it's there for. I'm not saying it's all facts, but you can learn from it.
Right,
You
right.
take in what you need to take in. You let go what you need to let go. But it's free.
Well, look, it's free, right? So there's no excuse.
I don't like reading, so guess what I do? I like Audible. I listen to it.
There's no
I can move
excuse.
the chapters. I can pull up the page. I'll be like, okay, what she just say? Let me go back. You know,
Let me go back.
you have to
I
you
love.
have to meet yourself where you are.
Ooh, that is so good. Come on, Rachel. Tell the people, meet yourself where you are. But I can tell that you've done a lot of work on yourself. And you've accepted where you was. Like you said, you looking at the now. You looking at the stuff that you had to let go. You had to see and walk away from. You don't have to tell us. Deal with what you did right now. Be grateful where you
Yeah.
are now. And I can just tell you doing the work, and I would love when another woman that look like you, right, for certain in a different space, really taking time to be grounded
Yeah.
in who she is and what's in her and the lessons she has to learn to teach somebody else. So I would ask you this: when did you discover you had to heal? Because you already started, but if you can really highlight a point to be a quick moment that you share with me, when did you discover you needed to heal?
I really discovered I needed to heal and make changes with myself working at Divine Lash and Beauty Bar. Um, I had already
Mm.
figured out that that was a part of my purpose. Like what I was doing was a part of my purpose. Becoming friends with the owner, Ashley Moore. Um,
He's amazing.
she's an amazing person. Like she's so
Yeah.
genuine in everything she does, and she's always willing. Like it was when I first started, it was services. I was like, I'm not offering that, girl. I ain't about to learn that. I don't want to do that. I ain't got time for that. She like, you're gonna learn it and you're gonna do it. Like you're gonna do it, and teaching me with no cost, no backhand, no holding me hostage with her. She knew that I was
Transition.
she knew that I was there to for her to give me what she needed to give me and for me to move on. And like I think when I first left, people expected her to be upset because I was getting my own space. And she was like, I knew Rachel wasn't meant to work under me. Like she wasn't meant for that. And like she told me that out of her mouth, and I'm like, that's crazy that you were able to see it because at the time I'm still healing. But just being in that
Mm.
space helped me heal because I start to see how she was running her business, the ins and out. And like she was really doing a lot by herself. And it was moving. And to see to hear her story and to watch where she started from it and to just see her growth while I was just there, which she had already grown it into where it was at. I was like, yeah. I gotta take accountability for the person I used to be so I can become the person I'm supposed to be.
That's
And
it.
that's why I tell people
But
now, if you don't know me now, you don't know Rachel. So if you met me, you don't know me. So when people
let
ask
me
you, if people
reintroduce
ask you if
myself.
you know me, say I know of her. Because you don't know me.
No, of
Because I have a whole different spirit and a whole different mind than I had then. So and I tell
absolutely.
people if I was ever a mean girl, if you ever felt like I was unapproachable, I gotta apologize because I'm not her. And I wasn't created to be her, but it took me time to realize who I was and my purpose and where I was supposed to be.
I know that this is just coming together the way it comes together right now. But Divine Lash and Beauty, did I say that right?
Divine Lash and Beauty Bar.
Beauty Bar. I'm saying that because that divine connection you and Ashley had, it's like, to be honest with you, some of our sisters don't want that in our space. And we're trying to just say everything that you can learn and go on about your way. But see, a woman that sees something in you, and she says, I see something in her, so you can be healing for separation and you can be healing for yourself.
Yeah.
I was healing to Rachel. To be grounded, to be satisfied with the she seen you. Maybe you didn't see yourself as she seen you. Maybe you did. However, she seen you. She said, I will heal you. Let me see what you need. And I want to see you blossom. That is
And
healing.
still show up for my blossoming, still show up and help at my grand opening, still show up to ask me if I need something, still show up when I call to vent about business, still show up when I say I need to learn how to build my business credit, and she like, girl, I got you, send me your information. Like still
Yeah.
show up. And that's something that I feel like we miss out on a lot. And even the small stuff at working there, like for instance, That day you booked with her a facial and she gave it to me. She said you gonna have to do her face because I did her. I'm gonna do her lashes when you done. She probably could have made the time to do your face, but in her head,
Yeah.
it's like, no, I'm challenging you. You gonna do this. I didn't know how you was gonna feel about the facial when I was done. You know what I mean? I had did it before, but you were her client. So for her to say, I trust you with my client, that's
It's
big.
healing. That's big.
That's big.
Oh, and see, we never know, business owners that's listening, we never know what's really happening behind the scenes with a service or product based business owner. Because you could have had a chaotic day, or she could have had a chaotic day. It could be whatever. Whatever happened, even if it wasn't nothing, I could give me 2 kids. I was very much busy.
Yeah.
So
You didn't even know like the transition that she needed me to do your facial because she was kind of backed up. Like, and that's what you, like you just said, you never know what a business owner is dealing with at the time. But she was like, I trust you to put it in
I
your
trust you.
hands, and I know you're gonna give her good service.
And we just talked and had a good time where you was pulling my face.
Listen, and it worked
You
out.
was telling me about skincare routines, girl. Remember? You was telling me about Cetaphil,
We was talking about everything.
everything. So this is what I love, that you had that woman supporting you, saying, "Oh, you can trust me to be an amazing mother and a wife." You can't forget about that part. You had a lot of support in transition, and now you're starting healing people's skin. So do you understand? When a woman's skin is together,
Listen,
they the skin in the mirror every day, Rachel, and be like, oh my God, this is a part of my self image. If your self image isn't where you want it, that's a struggle.
it's such a big connection to our mental health, and we don't even realize it. As especially as, and I hate to keep saying this, but as a Black woman,
As a
we
black woman.
already have so many things that we're judged on. So many things, whether you're big, small, medium, we we just have so much we're judged on, and we definitely live in an era where we're changing stuff because of the way we're judged. And so when it
Ooh,
comes
that's
to your
good.
skin, it could be the smartest woman in the room. If her skin is not together, I guarantee she can have all the knowledge. She's not going to speak in that room at all because she doesn't feel confident enough.
Yes, that just gave me chills, girl.
And
Almost cried.
she could be the person with all the answers, but she's not going to speak because she doesn't have the self-esteem to allow her to let us know who she really is.
Wow.
People shy away from their purpose because of how their skin look.
Come on, Rachel. Go that deep, because it is that deep.
It's very deep.
I was dealing with some of that. Let's be real on this episode now. And that's why I say routine. I'm getting chills and just really thinking about when a woman looks in the mirror and it's a blemish or it's discoloration or it's black patches, she like, I'm not qualified just off her
We can have one pimple. We swear everybody can see it. We
skin.
swear.
We
We
swear.
swear. Like a person can look at you and say you pretty, you got a pimple, you be like, you discount yourself. Like what? You think I'm cute? I got this old pimple on me. We don't even know how to take compliments when we don't feel confident in ourselves.
That's so
Like
good.
I used to do that
Good.
so much, and that's why I love my husband so much because he used to really check me. Cause people would compliment me, and I'm like, "Girl, this is it. Ain't like it ain't even like, girl, please. I ain't all that. Like my flat old booty, like
Right.
you know what I'm saying. Like I
Huh.
would just say something that set me back.
Set you
Like
back.
basically
Yeah.
putting myself back in my place. Like who is you to think you that cute? Because for so long, I was stereotyped because I was light skinned. So you
Yeah.
think you all that? You think you cute? So I got to the point where I started believing in like, girl, I ain't trying to be thinking I'm all that. I ain't trying to have people thinking I'm that type of light skinned girl. Like I love all shades. You know what I mean? And so when
Absolutely.
people start to compliment you as you get older, you don't even realize that's a trauma for you. So
Ooh,
they complimenting you and you discrediting yourself. Like girl,
disqualifying.
you do that podcast so good. Oh, that little pod, it's just my little podcast. It's just
Look at me, and I'm over here like this because I know how amazing it is. I know how big it can grow. Like how you said to me, you were like, "Oh, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do."
It's gonna do it.
But I'm at the point, love. If somebody say, "Oh, you only on episode whatever," oh yeah, I started it. Yeah, I'll tell you how I started it. Let me
Listen,
know.
this big episode 6.
This big episode, so you hear me?
This big episode 6. It ain't no little stepping.
Big Rachel V.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no little stepping. But we do that because of lack of confidence. And we don't even realize it. My husband had to tell me, like, just say thank you.
Just
Like
say
he just
thank
started
you.
saying that every time I say something negative, he like, just say thank you.
Yeah,
Like even when he would
yeah.
compliment me, like he'd walk in. I didn't even know how to accept the embracement of him. Like, you look good today, or kissing me or hugging me, and I'd be like, what's wrong with you? Like he like I
Rachel.
just want to hug you. I miss you. And I'm just like, I ain't even dressed. I ain't took a shower today. Like, leave me alone. Like, it's just that because I'm not seeing in the mirror what he tells me he sees in me. It's more than
Right.
just this. It's how I
It
it's
is
how I make him
that.
feel. You know what I mean? And that's the part I didn't understand. Because I
Wow.
didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. So I had to now listen, I'm not gonna lie, the lock journey definitely helped me.
Oh, girl. Oh,
It
yeah.
My little cousin, he has locks down to his butt. He's been having them since we were younger. But he's like, when I first decided to get locks, he like, you're gonna go on a mental journey. And I was like, boy, what? Like what? He's like, you're gonna have to learn to love yourself on a different level. And I'm confident. I got high self-esteem. Like, what do you mean? He like, you are not gonna look like Rachel with the wigs. You're gonna look like Rachel with a lot.
Rachel, you wear your locks so amazing. I know I use the word amazing because that's what it is. I forgot how you look with the wig.
Girl, I don't want to look like that no more. I was
But that's an identity though. That's an identity
It
too.
made me
You know what
love me in my just as me. Do I still wear makeup from time to time? Yes, I still love makeup. Y'all know I love a
yeah.
good lipstick too. I love a good lipstick. Okay, but
Yeah.
I am able to post with no filter and feel confident. I am a These locks made me it energized my spirit, okay? I'm
Yeah.
like, girl,
Let
please.
me
Like, girl, I started right here and look at these. Girl, what? What?
share
You said what? You said you don't like a girl with a locks? You said that? You said we can't be cute?
let me tell you something. This is part of healing ourselves as a woman, like the locks. If we really gotta go there, it's a journey. It's like they literally say lock journey. So on each phase of your life, what does that stand for me? You gotta gauge within yourself that trauma. Like what are you going through?
Exact.
You have to measure that trauma at some point. But then as they grow and as they start getting to, you might get to, and like that person, like you just said, I never want to be hurt no more. But maybe you do have to do those affirmations, routines, and because of the identity that I had back then. That's all it is. I love her. This is
Listen, that's why I said you don't know Rachel. You don't know Rachel V. If you
you
if
know,
you knew the Rachel with the wigs, you don't know me.
that's it.
You
That's
don't
it,
know
girl.
me.
That's so. Oh, you don't
You don't
know
know
me.
me.
This is so good. It's like we vibing right now, and I hope everybody that's listening, you all are picking up what she and I are putting down. It seems like it's both our energy, but
It's the energy.
it's the energy. I get it. So now let me ask you, Rachel. How did healing? Because again, let's not forget that you are a mother
Yes.
and a woman. So you have to balance all these things out by healing yourself with your routine, with your ongoing thing, and still being there for your children and your husband.
Yes.
So how does healing yourself help you in your personal and your business?
So you said how did healing myself help me?
Yeah, thrive in your. How did? Let me ask
It
you this
it
question.
made me be honestly a way better communicator in my marriage. Um,
That's good.
it made me value my husband way more. As a man, as a support system, as a father.
Mm,
If
as a
if
father.
if nothing else, with me and my husband, I will always admire the man he is to my kids. Um, I also it made me want to ask my kids, how can I be a better mother to you? What is it
Ah,
that you feel like I'm missing that will help you be better? I don't,
yeah.
I'm very transparent with my children. We talk about a lot of stuff. I even buy little games and stuff that helps us like kind of open up a little more. Like I got two daughters that are twins. They'll be 11 next month, and my son is 15. So they are black and Puerto Rican. They're mixed. And I always talk to them about their race, and how they go to Shorewood School District. So they're in a diverse area, but they are around people who are not always their skin color. So I talk to them about how, as they blossom, as they grow, depending on what rooms you are in, you have to get to know who you are, on both ends, from your black end to your Puerto
That's
Rican
true.
end, so you can stand proud in a room, because for some people you'll never be black enough, and for some people you'll never be Puerto Rican enough. And you have to know who you are all around, because honestly we're all mixed with something. um,
Yes.
but the world doesn't treat you that way. So sometimes the world will treat you as if you're less than, if they don't feel like you're 100%. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
talk to them about that. I talk to them about like me. I get it. I get the gentle parenting that everybody try right now, but I wasn't raised on gentle parenting, and I feel like it worked a little better than what we doing. But that's just my personal opinion. But
Yeah.
I talked to them about that stuff. I asked them like, why is it I have to yell at y'all to get a response? But when I'm trying to be gentle, it's like y'all, it's a lack of understanding or a lack of wanting to move. Do y'all want me to be that parent, or do y'all want me to be this parent? Because it
So you even try to communicate effectively with your
because I
children.
don't want them to have to go. I know everybody, and I want people to understand this. And I gotta say this as a parent, because I feel like people think like, oh, well, I don't want to give my kids trauma and blah blah. It's always gonna be some form of trauma in life.
Yeah, I
We
said that.
won't even know we get some of the traumas that we don't even think is traumas. When they get older, they're gonna say it's trauma for them. You can't control that. So you have to lay
That's
off yourself as a parent just a little bit. You can only give your child what you can give them, and hope that they take it and become the best person they could be. Now, when they do tell you it's a trauma, you have to just take accountability and, do whatever y'all need to do at that healing time. But your child will have to heal from something.
right.
I
Right.
don't think there's no one in the world that would never not have a healing journey. I don't care how perfect your life will be.
No,
I
no,
don't care
no,
how
no.
perfect your life is you're going to have some form of a healing journey. And so for my kids, I just want to be transparent with my healing, so they can tell me right now if I'm starting traumas for them,
That's so
so I can
good.
check that now, so I don't have to keep doing it to them.
That's so good. For those who are mothers, I know that you may be dealing with your own trauma right now that's present or that was childhood. This woman just said she's intentional about her healing so she can be attentive to any traumas that she may feel like she has children. So it's important if you have children listeners, please be attentive to those babies. So Melissa, I know we hear, having that healing routine, that self-care routine. Cookie first, cookie first. Absolutely. But some babies is a party food.
Even when it comes to your dreams, like I know people tell you go for your dream, da, 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 da. But we have to understand, like, we had a time to go for our dream without kids. Once you chose to
That's right.
have kids, you have to also
Yeah,
attend to their dreams. You have to
that's
attend and
it.
invest in their dreams the same way you have to invest in yours. And that takes me back to, it's okay to have a job. Because
That
you
part.
might need to support their dreams and yours. Because I'm not gonna tear down their dreams because I only have money for mine. So I have to figure out how to make both of them work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything my kids pop up and say they want to try, I'm gonna pay for it.
And I see you heavily involved with your babies. Like I see that. You know what I mean? So these people say, well, learn to have balance. And I say, okay, what is real balance? That's a question for everybody. What is real balance? Because I mean, I work in the business world.
Mm-hmm.
And mental health management definitely. So I say the last quarter of last year, I had a lot of mental health issues, and it was just me. It was the contradiction. You know, it was me putting myself in situations with men as a single woman with no kids, right? And I'm like, God, well, why you keep bringing up this situation, that situation? I wasn't managing my emotions. I wasn't managing. So I do believe in management, but you know, if you are hearing so many important messages, you can't have, you know, these issues and not have that blessing. If you chose to be in a relationship, then have the self-care, the healing of codependency.
For me, like
You know?
for me with my kids, like my daughters are here with me right now. They're in the room. They're in my
Oh,
spot right now. They're in my spot almost every day after school.
yeah,
So for me, it's just trying my best. There's no people always ask that question like, "What's balance? What's balance?"
right.
Balance is just trying. Me and
Yeah,
my husband, if we have to schedule a date, I just gotta schedule a date. Why am I embarrassed of scheduling a date with my man? Like I know he busy, I know I'm busy. Hey, I'm off. Like
right.
Mondays is our day. Like we
That's
kick it on Mondays. We go to lunch. We might do some business stuff, but most of the time it's just us. We'll sneak and get some food before the kids get out, so we don't got to share. Um, we're
right.
very selfish on Mondays. You know what I mean?
Good
And
time
that's
management.
our time management. We know the rest of the week that I'm working, he's working, and we may not have all the time. It be Sundays is another off day. If I feel like I want to go on a date, or he feels like he'll text me like in the middle of the week and say, Sunday, we getting dressed. We going out. We gonna have a good time, whatever. And we know like that's what we gonna do. And with the kids, the same thing. Hey, they'll tell us like we want to go to the movies, and hey, it's 5 of us, so we definitely going on $5 movie day. Okay. So just the full of just trying. You might not always be perfect at it. Sometimes that I do have to cancel. Like, hey, I'm sorry, kids, we ain't gonna be able to go this week, but I promise I'll take y'all next week. You know,
Right.
and that's where that real life transparent communication come in. It's okay to tell your kids no.
Right.
Like
But it's also
I tell them like, hey, I love y'all, but right now me and daddy are saving for this that's gonna help our family. So no, I'm not buying y'all food every day. No. Y'all gonna eat what's in this house.
that's
Y'all
right.
gonna make y'all some
That's
sub sandwiches. Y'all gonna do whatever we need to do. And I'm gonna make my sandwich right next to y'all. So we gonna be all right.
together.
Together.
We're gonna do this together, you know. But I think that's more perspective as a child, even though their feelings may be hurt, at least they understand like, okay, mommy care about me enough to tell me no versus brushing them off. Like how some people, like how we can do our trauma. We brush the trauma off,
Yeah.
or we brush the trauma that the child can receive because we didn't effectively communicate.
And
Don't
share
brush.
the work with them so they can see what you're saving for or see what you're doing. Like when my
Yes.
kids seen my spa come to life, when I kept telling them no, we ain't doing that. I can't afford that. We're not doing that. When they seen the spa unfolded, like, oh, that's what she was spending her money on. I love your spa, mom. Like they're able to see that. We don't give kids enough credit. You know?
Oh, kids are watching. Kids are watching.
Yes.
You know, and you know, a lot of other amazing women that come on here and guest, they are mothers too. And I love when I hear that they involve their oh hi queen. Y'all gonna be on YouTube.
And you see, they know they in a spot, so they know they need to be quiet because I'm transparent about what's going on.
Absolutely.
This is not a playhouse. This is where we service people. This is where I even taught them how to do V steams. I taught them how to set it up and clean it up for me because when y'all here, y'all gonna work if I need y'all to.
Yes. Well, see, that's let me say this, and I know this might be deeply rooted. And for those who's listening, you may think that involving your kid may be trauma because it's a lot that they've seen or taken on. But how about this? Not involving them is trauma, right?
Yep.
Because if they want to be around mommy, if they want to spend time with mommy, that could be conducive. That could be equivalent to them just spending time with mommy. Now, would you prefer your child to just be out there and on the phone or wandering, their minds is wandering because they want to spend time with mommy? Involve your children. Allow them, just like with our audience and our potential clients, allow them to see you grow. Allow them to grow with you so y'all can heal as one.
Mm-hmm.
So that opens up the space for children or that child to be open with
Yes,
you.
and that's why I offer like the kiddo facials and stuff because I know it's gonna be times as a mom where you booked a facial for you, but you didn't have a babysitter. So hey, here's a cheap kiddo facial. You can book your daughter or your son so they can learn the process of some form of self care, and you can get them started
Yeah,
early. Like my daughters,
it's
I
good.
already waxed their underarms because I want them to learn how to properly take care of themselves. I don't want anybody else to have to teach them that. Like I want them to understand like this is a part of your budget. This is a part of who you are. Like you keep yourself clean. If nobody else can take care of you, you can take care of you.
You can take care of you. Yeah. I love that you have kitty facials. That's everything. It's a one-stop shop for the adults. So there's no excuse, mothers or fathers. Well, I know my audience is women, are women. Excuse me. So yes, I love it. I love it. Wow, kids need to be a part of the process.
Yes.
Don't
They can respect your
you know?
process more when they're a part of it. So when they're older, they
Yes,
can be like, well, I seen my mom and dad do this. Like I seen them say they wanted something and they went and did it. And I seen them work for it. I seen them wake up,
yep.
go to sleep late, wake up early, and just still have to do it. They get to see that, and then they can
They get this.
respect them more. So as
Yep.
they get older, they like that work ethic. It carries because they like I know I gotta work for it. Like
Yeah.
they not just gonna give it to me. I gotta work for it.
I gotta work for it. Wow, Rachel, this is really good because I know it's a lot of people who have children. They trying to figure it out, balance it out, make it make sense, so their kids won't, be traumatized by what they were showing them, what the parent potentially hiding from them. Don't hide the process. Bring it to a light, So let me ask you this: at what point in your life did you start to claim your abundance?
You said at what point in my life did I do what?
Did you start to claim your abundance? Right. So whatever that looks like for you, whatever that means for you, when did you start to claim that abundance?
I'm about to go to my facial. Yeah, but so my abundance. I would say honestly, within the last 2 to 3 years, I'm gonna be honest. It took me some time, and I want people to know it's okay that it took time because it had to be purposeful. You know what I mean? Like it had to be real. It couldn't be no pretend abundance. I really had to let some
That's good.
things go and really grow. You know what I mean? And so for me, recently, I've been feeling the most abundant recently, and that's why people that follow me, you can see my status talking about. I'm always talking about how you got to let go of things, and that's because that's stuff
Yes.
that I'm making a status. I'm really talking to me though. Like,
Talk to me.
yeah, I'm talking me through
You do that.
me through
Yep.
being okay with saying I'm good. I'm letting that go. I ain't even gonna get mad. Like as a business owner, it's a lot of stuff we can probably get mad at. But you realize as you grow and that abundance kick in, like I can't be mad about every little thing.
Right. That's good. That's real good. And it's so good to see you actually about to go get your facial as well. And that's okay. We're almost done here. But girl, let me just say thank you for all the amazing gems and just being transparent. Even speaking upon and honing in on the parent side of things, because I can't leave that side out. We know that mama want to go doing business, but involve your children. So giving the listener so much to think about when it comes to pivoting, balancing, not even balancing, managing. Let's use the word in 2023. Don't try to find a perfect balance. Manage,
Yes.
right? What as you are on your way to get your skincare, what major gym, and we'll wrap this up, what major gym would you give a woman looking to heal and walk in wholeness? What would be that one gem?
Um, That one gym. Oh, it's, you know me, I'm a gym dropper. No, no, but if I had to cone in on one gym, I would say make sure I gotta give two. I'm sorry. Number
Yeah.
one, make sure God is in everything that you do.
Oh Lord.
Okay, that's number one.
Lord.
Number two,
Yeah.
make sure you have a well-rounded support system, whatever that looks like for you. Whether you're a single woman with no kids, a woman with kids, a woman with a husband, make sure your support system supports your healing.
Oh, that's
They have to support your healing, because some people will be jealous of your healing, and that could even be your significant other. If you have a significant other, that doesn't mean they're going to support your healing process. Some people want you, and Pastor Ken said this, some people want you to stay where you are because they know you where you're at.
oh, that's it.
And when he
And you will
said
never
that, it's just like people come disguised as people that love you sometimes, no matter if it's a friend, family, significant other, whatever. But when you start to make changes to better you, you wonder why they act different. It's because they want you to stay that person who they knew, because this new person is going to challenge them to grow, and they're not ready. And you got to be okay with understanding when somebody is not ready to heal and they want to stay where they want to be at, and you got to lead that. You want
leave
you
it.
want to sit in that, and you not going to stagger my healing because you're not ready to heal. You will not.
That's it.
You will not keep making me be who I'm trying to get away from.
That's it. That's
And
it.
that's just that's one of the biggest gems I can drop, because I feel like
That's
that's a
good.
lot what we battle. You
Trauma bond.
Yes, and we don't realize, and I know this word is used so much now, toxic. Sometimes we don't even realize when we're the toxic ones. We keep choosing these relationships. We keep
Yep.
choosing these same type of people. We keep accepting how they treat us. We keep saying, oh, they're going to try again. Like, we keep being okay with treating ourselves that way. And
Yeah.
when you can't treat yourself good, you can't show anybody else how to treat you.
I just talked about
You
this.
cannot show nobody else how to treat you because you don't treat yourself like nothing.
You put yourself good. You don't got boundaries. There's no
Yeah.
non-negotiables.
You
It's
don't
just
do no self-care, so why would a man come pay for your self-care?
come on.
How you gonna ask a
Oh,
man
Rachel,
to
don't
pay?
do this right now.
You don't
Somebody
you
needs
gonna
to
ask him for a
know.
cash out for a facial, and he like, girl, when did you ever start paying for your facial? He don't even know how to handle you because that's not who you are. He like, girl,
That's-
no. He like, keep being that person you was. Keep having that skin.
Yeah,
You trying to glow for
yeah.
what?
But it also says a lot about him as well, or them friends as well, right?
But the thing is, what we got to take accountability for is that's for us to recognize. It's not for them.
That's good, Rachel. That's
Because
good. That's
they came as who they was at the beginning. So it's for us to recognize when it's not for our lives anymore.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And that just hit home for me because even my transitioning with, like you said, being a single woman with no kids, it's a lot of time and space I have to say, okay, I want romantic stuff. I want romantic stuff. But Diandra, what relationship have you nurtured with yourself to allow a man in your space to say, oh, you this type of woman, so you deserve this? Because it was some things that man, some people probably didn't even think that I experienced because of who they see me. But now I could probably say, okay, I might think some of those things, but I love who I am because I had to have this relationship with myself first. But it's called toxic masculinity. I had a lot of toxic masculinity. I couldn't be a feminine woman. I couldn't do that.
And when you finally be able to be that feminine woman, it feels so good.
Oh, girl, I love
So
it.
I love it. I want to be a woman.
I could be,
I want to be a woman.
I want to be a mother.
I was a lady, baby. I was a lady. Treat me like one now.
Yeah, that was a lady.
And let me tell you something before I go. Like, you deserve that. You bring
Thank
such
you.
a radiant energy, a great spirit. Every time I've seen you, you always been smiling. You always willing to share gems. You always willing to talk. You it is you deserve to be a lady.
A lady. You're treated like
Yes,
one.
because you getting up, you doing the work.
doing a girl. And why go 10 steps back when you did so much of that 10 steps for?
And you deserve
Listen,
somebody
Rachel.
to match your energy.
Yes. Yes. This was so good, Rachel. Thank you so much. I know you're on your way out. Listen, everybody, show her some good love. Go follow her, right? Go check in. If you are located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I believe, Rachel, you're going to have big old smiles and kissy faces. Okay,
Yeah.
in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, go follow her. Rachel, tell them where they can go follow you right now.
Yes. Come follow me, Rachel V Skin and Beauty on Instagram, Rachel V
Yep.
Cosmetics on all platforms. Come see our spa.
Yes.
We have a loctician, we have a nail tech, makeup artist. We have so many amazing things. So come see us. We are located at 1518 East Capitol Drive. I thank you for this opportunity. I adore you and I appreciate you.
Likewise, Queen. I thank you so much. And just keep being that light. You are this boss babe. People just look up and say, "What? How did she heal? What is that routine looking like?" Okay,
Listen, and we still healing, and it's okay.
we still healing. We healing together, right?
This is my
So
balance,
for
y'all.
those, oh, look at the balance. Look at the background. Look at the family, right? So for those who are like, how can I get a part of this healing and, building my business, starting my business or scaling it? Go check out our Facebook group, Claiming My Abundance. It's a free public Facebook book group. I subscribe to building sisterhood, community, and the more I grow, the more you will get a part of that. Also, make sure you guys go like the podcast. You don't want to miss these gems. There's other amazing women coming in, giving some gems. Apple and Spotify. Okay, let's grow together, let's build together, and let's spread this healing.
Yes.
So we'll catch y'all later. This is episode 6.
Big
Goodbye.
episode 6. Bye.